the question is, does he have enough in his tank to execute that game plan? And also, he probably has a lead in the scorer's cards coming out of the first 5 rounds. If he holds on, does he have enough to get the
well, one of those first 5 rounds may well have gone to Evander Holyfield as we look back at some of the left hooks that Holyfield kept cranking up. Even though his right hand was kind of held, he ripped those hooks. That, of course, is vintage Holyfield from days gone by.
And round number 8 coming up. Does Evander Holyfield have enough in that 47-year-old champion's body to finish off FransBotha? Holyfield, a 30-pound weight disadvantage. Botha definitely dragging through the last 3 rounds. Botha, however, able to... Oh! Botha down. Sneaky right hand right over the top. And Botha having some trouble taking advantage. Takes a look in the referee's eyes and can continue. That right hand had a lot of power.
Botha has been fading physically, and Holyfield's been landing big rights. See if he can stop him. It's early in this round.
And they'll step in. Evander Holyfield comes away with it in round number 8. FransBotha fading, not able to stop the onslaught. Holyfield just outworked FransBotha.
Well, you said it followed a pattern, and it really did, almost a script. We talked about the first 5 or 6 rounds normally being better ones for this man, FransBotha. And he had troubles after that in this fight. And even though Holyfield didn't look good for the first portion of this fight, he was able to come back and stop FransBotha, and we'll see how he did it. We think of the hook as the main Holyfield punch, but that was an overhand right that had lots of power on it and sent Botha down. And then he would land another right hand here in this sequence that would create some problems for him. There's the right hand. And at this juncture, Russell Mora stepping in. It wasn't those were monstrous punches, but there was the impression that Botha was not going to be able to defend himself. And 47, Evander Holyfield gets it done.
And you're right, it was going downhill for him, and the decision to step in probably might have been a hair early, but certainly Botha was in trouble.
He was, and the way he was fighting and the energy he was showing indicated that perhaps he was not going to be able to gain that edge back again, and Holyfield gets what he so badly needed in this fight, a win to extend his hope of stepping back into the upper echelon of the heavyweight division. It was, for the first beginning of this fight, it wasn't exactly a brilliant performance, but once he got rolling, he did throw a number of punches. So from that standpoint, certainly not the combinations we have seen in years past from Holyfield, but still combinations nonetheless, and some power to knock out a big man.
And let's take it up to ring announcer Jake Gutierrez.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Russell Mora stops this contest at 55 seconds of the 8th round. The legend has returned. He is now the new WBF heavyweight champion of the world, Evander, the real deal Holyfield.
And Evander Holyfield showed that he's in superb condition in a situation where he was behind early, worked his way out of it, used his will to force Botha back, followed the big right hand with a flurry of activity, able to get the stoppage. We see him with Frank Luca, and at 47 years of age, he answers a lot of critics and is really in a position to further his career and maybe, just maybe, win another world championship fight. Evander Holyfield, a supremely conditioned 220 pounds. Now, let's take it up to our colleague, Al Bernstein, at ringside.
See if, I don't know if you can you speak with us, Frans? Okay, I know it's tough. Oh, thanks. Here with FransBotha and Frans. This fight, unfortunately, followed a script that a couple of times has bedeviled you. You were very effective for the first 5.5 rounds, and then things kind of came apart in this 6th round.
Yeah, you know, I give all blessing and everything to Evander. Great fighter. I made mistakes. He capitalized on my mistakes. And, you know, he landed a shot that mattered.
You were able to land some very effective punches early to the body and those overhand rights. The first punch you threw was an overhand right, and you got to him. You were able to do some good work, but then was it conditioning a little bit in that 6th round that got you?
Conditioning always got a part to do with it. I mean, I had him going. I think I was like basically winning every round. And you know what? But what matters is how it ends.
Yeah, it's not where you start, it's where you finish, I guess. Now, for you, this fight represented an important opportunity. Where does this leave you at this moment in your career?
Damn, I don't know, you know. It's I got to go back. I got to sit down with my management team. Got to think where am I going. Evander's got I think he's got another shot going. And who knows? Maybe I can get it, crack at him again. You never know.
What's your assessment of Evander's performance and his power vis-a-vis other heavyweights you faced recently?
You know, he's a tremendous skillful fighter. I mean, he didn't win the Olympics for nothing, you know. Yeah. And it was an honor for me to be in the ring with him and to be associated with his name. And you know what? We'll see how he goes forward. All right.
Good luck to you and a good effort.
Thank you very much.
Let's send things back down to Trip Mitchell, and then we'll be talking with EvanderHolyfield in just a moment.
Thanks, Al. And FransBotha, definitely a warrior. There's someone who enjoys fighting, and in his years off from boxing, getting involved in MMA and kickboxing. This is a guy who's a battler and maybe will have some great things in his future. Now we'll take it up to Al Bernstein with EvanderHolyfield.
Here with EvanderHolyfield, and Evander, your performance tonight was in 2 parts. The first part of this fight, as so often is the case with FransBotha, he does well over the course of 5 or 6 rounds. You were having a hard time getting to him. What was the issue early in the fight?
Well, you know, the big part, he positioned his body.
There you go. That's better.
He knew how to position his body in a better way. You know, it looked like an easy hit, but
yes,
he can turn the body, and you know, he had a good overhand.
Yes.
And
well, the first punch he threw was an overhand right, and it landed.
Yes, it did. It did. But the most important thing is that he got very good defensive skill, and it don't look like it when you see it from the outside. But he was able to tangle me up inside. And he was able to. He was a smart fighter.
Now, the interesting thing is when we got around the 6th round, you found a home for the right hand, which we don't always think of you as a right-handed puncher. Your left hook is so effective, but that right hand had lots of power on it.
It did. Tommy kept having to do the 1-2.
Tommy Brooks, your trainer.
Unfortunately, he kept bagging back, and so I know if I miss him with the right hand, my head is up, he can catch me with something. So I was very hesitant to do that, but all of a sudden, once in the 6th round, I realized that he was winded enough that I knew he couldn't come back and catch me with anything.
And did you feel him slowing down at the beginning of that 6th round, and then you were able to start unloading punches?
Well, yes. You know, the big thing is that, you know, he's very quick to be a big man, and the fact that is when he got his 5th and 6th round, I could see that he was tired, and he was holding more, he wasn't throwing. He wasn't balling his hands up with the punches and stuff like that. He was just, he was just wailing. It wasn't no hard punches, so I realized he was tired.
How do you rate what you did in the ring here today, and how does it make you feel about moving forward? Clearly, once you got this fight rolling in your favor, you were able to perform very well.
Well, you know, I'm giving myself a 70, but, I realized that I can get better, and because I can get better.
You're one of the few guys that said I can get better at 47 here, you know.
Well, I know I can. The fact is, I really ain't been in the ring that long.
A long layoff coming in.
And so, realistically, someone's working, you're not, you don't get no better not working. So, I just want to thank God for allowing me to press through. Because he kept caught me on the end of my rib in the first, which made me holler in the ring, and he heard it. And so that's when he kept going to my body.
All right. Well, congratulations on a good effort. I know we're going to see you again soon. And in a moment, I'm talking to Frank Luca here, who put this excellent show on. But you want to fight again soon, don't you?
Very soon.
All right. Congratulations on a good effort. I want to take a moment here to bring this gentleman in who has been around some great heavyweights in the past, former trainer and manager of Ernie Shavers, Frank Luca from Crown Boxing, who promoted this. Evander Holyfield gave us a very, very gritty performance when he got rolling here. About how heavyweights do that.
Yeah, that's for sure. And FransBotha gave him a real good test, and he sure came to defend his title. And I just want to publicly thank the Nevada State Athletic Commission for letting me put this fight together and letting it happen here at the historic Thomas and Mack. I want to thank Darren Libinati and his entire crew, and of course you, Al Bernstein, the voice of boxing.
We had fun here, Frank. Thanks a lot. So tonight, Evander Holyfield gets the job done after having some difficulties against FransBotha and wins, so he can continue his effort to try and still be a factor in the heavyweight division and perhaps win another world title. Send things back to Trip Mitchell.
Thanks, Al Bernstein and Frank Luca. And we're so happy that you joined us tonight on the worldwide pay-per-view. We got a chance to see a four-time world champion, Evander Holyfield, coming back at 47 years of age, down 3 or 4 rounds in the cards, came back, took it to FransBotha, and we've seen why he is a true champion. Well, we hope you enjoyed our evening of boxing from the Thomas and Mack. For my partner Al Bernstein, I'm Trip Mitchell saying we'll see you next time. Thanks for watching. Good night, everyone.